What's going on, everyone? Scott here. Welcome back to the channel. So Survivor Season 48, Episode 2 is here this week, and we are here for the recap. Now, last week on the premiere, Episode 1 of Season 48, our winner pick, Stephanie, did go home. She did get voted out, but we do have another 3 solid candidates from our group of 4 that we picked in the preseason. But Stephanie was our winner pick, and she is out Episode 1, unfortunately for us, and unfortunately for her, obviously. But still some strong contenders in decent spots so far from Episode 1. Obviously, that could change going into tonight's episode. But before we do jump into the recap, if you could, just hit that like and subscribe button down there. We have more Survivor content on the channel. We have recaps after every episode, every single week, and we'll have more episodes as we get towards later in the season, big pivotal moments in the season, so just make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video. So, back at the Green Tribe, Mary wants to just talk now instead of waiting, to the morning to hash everything out about being left out of the vote. Sai says that she doesn't have any hard feelings, but Mary doesn't buy it, and they talk about growing and moving on, but Sai is obviously, and rightfully so, a little salty about her name getting put down, but she won't trust Mary, basically is the conclusion here. At the Orange Tribe, we learn about Charity's messed up toes, David's 4 nipples, Chrissy's deep belly button, and Kyle's wart on his finger that he thinks was just a blemish or whatever he said. A callus, I think he said, but just really opening things up here, getting really close. Over at Loggy, the Purple Tribe vibes are pretty high. While talking about the next challenges, Eva says, well, you can't sit her, Joe, and Shaheen. I really hope I'm saying his name right. I know I'm probably going to be messing it up all season long, and I do apologize. I'll get it right. But by the time the end of the season. But that's what I believe she was referring to. Says, like, you can't sit us, and then we need y'all for puzzles. And she suggests maybe Star can sit out the next challenge. Star's like, yeah, she agrees, but she doesn't, really like that. So she goes off to look for firewood, and she finds the Beware advantage as she's looking for idols as well. Same thing, has the puzzle lock and has to figure out the code. This one is signs, wood signs around their camp, it looks like, and there was a guide in there that you had to, hold up and, match to find a letter on the symbols, and she tells Joe about it. She wants some help. Joe brings in Shaheen and wants him to help and act like they're with her. She hands him the puzzle guide, and he sprints around to try to figure out what the combination is, what this puzzle is, and she goes back to the tribe to distract them, and he's debating what to do. Fully help her, help a little bit, or sabotage her, and Star talks with Bianca and Thomas and actually tells them about her Beware advantage as well. So basically now everyone knows about it except Eva, because Star wants Eva out, and Thomas is like, she doesn't have a vote, so if we just go to tribal and she hasn't found it left, she's gone. She's out the door. And he says to Shaheen, just lose the map that she needs to, or the guide that she needs to help figure out the puzzle. And Shaheen is like, that's a little bit too hard a gameplay. It also opened my eyes to Thomas and his type of gameplay that he, could be and is capable of playing. But he's like, I'm not going to do that. Everyone thinks that they're with Joe. So Joe's in a really good spot right now. Everyone kind of trusts him. But now he's realizing that he has to stab someone in the back to move forward in this game. And he tells Eva, updates her on everything about the Beware advantage. There's a fly invasion at the Green Tribe, and Cedric, Kevin, and Justin all seem to be in a good spot, they think. Kevin suggests voting outside because she's been playing since day 1, been playing hard, and she's been very influential in the tribe. At the Purple Tribe, they came up with a Wi-Fi name and password, Probsty41. I like that. That was a cool thing that they left in there. Vote comes to every tribe. One person must go on a journey. They decide who's going by, everyone has to put out their hands, and whoever puts out it was kind of weirdly explained, but you have to put out your hands, and the lowest common number or lowest unique number wins and is going. So Thomas, Mitch, and Mary end up going. Sai had actually won in a practice round, but they were like, no, that was a practice round, and Mary got it on the second go around, and Sai's like, why aren't my boys sticking up for me? That was the worst possible scenario, is her going. And, now she's going to possibly get an advantage when she is at the bottom of the tribe right now. She's like, y'all should have just let me go. But they arrive at the journey. They go down different trails, and they have to race to arrange number blocks 1 through 15, moving 1 block at a time. Have to finish before the time runs out to get the advantage. If you fail, then you lose your vote. So Mitch gets it, Thomas does as well, and Mary does not, unfortunately. She loses her vote. The advantage is for Thomas a steal a vote and a block a vote for Mitch. I like that they kind of mixed it up. So it kind of keeps some, suspicion and surprise here that it's not like one cookie cutter, advantage for the journey here. Now everyone returns. Mary tells them that she didn't get it and lost her vote. Sai's like, you don't look too sad. She's like, well, it's kind of like a death sentence right now. And Thomas, back at his tribe, says that he didn't do it, so just leave no suspicion. Good route to take there. Mitch tells the group that he won an advantage. Have a nice moment there. Really happy for Mitch, and everyone is happy for him as well. But David doesn't trust Mitch because he's close with Charity. He tells the rest of the group that, and then the four remaining outside of Mitch and Charity split up to go find the Beware advantage. Kyle finds it with David. Kyle immediately tells Camila, and she begins to unraveling and unscrambling all the letters that they had already found to try to put this combination together. Goes through everything, very impressive, and the word ends up being enlist. It opens up, so now all three Beware advantages are found. Two of the three have been successfully solved to actually physically get the idol. Also, lots of advantages early on in this game. Got 2 idols, potentially 3 if they solve that puzzle or combination, and then you got a block a vote and a steal a vote in there early on, just through 2 episodes. So, immunity challenge time. Jeff asked the Orange Tribe about the toolkit. Mitch is explaining, how much it helped them early on, and with his speech impediment, Jeff asks him, like, when you're struggling, do you want us to help you, or do you want us to just, kind of let you go through it? And Mitch is like, thank you for asking, and he says the hope is to hang in there and just go through. And I thought that was a nice moment for Mitch, bringing awareness, to that, and Jeff kind of mentions that as well, and just letting him be vulnerable and work through that obstacle, and just letting everyone know that everyone's in there with him as he works through that. The reward for the challenge is fishing kit and a smaller fishing kit for second place. So Purple sits out Star, Orange sits out Camilla. Unfortunately, during the challenge, Thomas got poked in the face with one of the poles, but shakes it off and keeps moving. Purple is the first to the final stage. Eva sinks 3 shots for Purple. Cedric and Kevin are struggling in the water position to get across the balance beam, holding the ball together with 2 poles. Mitch goes up, gets in the shooter position, and wins it for Orange. Joe closes out the last 2 for Purple, so the Green Tribe is going back to Tribal Council. Easy vote for Mary, as Sai says, but is there ever an easy vote? No. Never an easy vote on Survivor. So, back at camp, Cedric takes responsibility for the loss since he was the one that was involved in the balance beam portion and kept falling. But it's a tough spot to be in, but the support is there. Kevin offers support as well and tells him, he's there with him no matter what, and it's got to be Sai tonight. They got to get her out. Justin's in to get Sai out as well, and Sai is under the impression that the 4 of them are putting the votes on Mary to get her out, especially since she told them that she doesn't have a vote. Now, Kevin tells Mary to chill and let him work some magic. Cedric is loyal to Sai, though, and he has a 100% honest conversation with Sai as he opens up the conversation with her, and he tells her to play her idol and says that, Kevin is the one that brought up getting you out, and the 3 guys were going to be voting for her. Tells her not to vote for Kevin because, wants to get Mary out and keep his spot with the guys. So now Sai is planting seeds about not trusting Kevin. Justin and Cedric have a conversation, though, and talk about how they're really in control of how they want tonight to go. They can turn the vote to get out Kevin, or they can just go with how it's supposed to go, and Mary's going to go home. So because he is playing so hard and thinking 10 steps ahead, some suspicion is arising around Kevin here as we head into Tribal Council. And at Tribal Council, Sai starts it off with, after Jeff tees it up, said she's happy with her core 4, leaving Mary out, obviously. And Kevin says, you just outed us, but Sai's like, why be so cagey about it? And Kevin mentions the tribe disunity. The trust conversation comes up again that we saw at the first Tribal Council as well. Group therapy session. Basically, they come to the conclusion, and Jeff says, if I'm your therapist, then you are all in trouble. Sai plays her idol. Kevin goes home. Now, next week, it looks like Mary's sprinting around, looks like trying to find an idol, I guess, and a rough challenge, more on Star trying to figure out the idol, and an evil Thomas laugh. So, that'll do it for the recap for episode 2. Now, I mentioned my final 4. Obviously, my winner pick was out, but the other 3 I said were still in good positions, and my final 3, or the 3 of my final 4 remaining after this episode, I think are still in pretty good in position. If you haven't watched my preseason prediction videos, again, no spoilers, for me ever anywhere on my channel. But my final four that I picked and predicted, Stephanie, who went out week 1, was my winner pick. But then I had Shaheen, Kyle, and Camilla. I think they're all in pretty good positions so far. Right now, early on in this game still, obviously. But that'll do it for this one. We'll be back, obviously, next week to recap episode 3. So thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.